Yes, lads, welcome back to the channel, and ladies and gentlemen, today is the official start of Euros fever on this channel, boys. Yes, today we're going to be going through my 11 and who I think should be starting for England in the first game of the Euro 2024 campaign. Now, listen, this video is not going to be agreed by everyone, and that's completely fine. We all don't have to have the same opinion. So if you disagree with any position in my squad, go down below in the comments and say, Josh, you're wrong for this guy. I'd rather this guy because of this. Let's have a conversation. Let's have a debate. And without further ado, let's kickstart my 11. Wait, pause. Don't start the 11 yet. I'm moving to the left. This code right here is my code to get into the Euros Fantasy League competition. I am running throughout the Euros competition this summer. So if you want some Fantasy League football, get involved. Go download the app and put that code in to join our league. And now we can get into the team. Now kickstarting in goal. Listen, lads, it was only ever going to be one man. This man is head and shoulders better than anything else England can offer in there. It is Everton's Jordan Pickford. This guy has been England's #1 for the last couple tournaments, and it's not changing anytime soon. He is so much better than every other English goalkeeper. I'm sorry to Ramsdale, I'm sorry to Trafford, Henderson, to Nick Pope, to so many others. You're brilliant, but Pickford is just so good, and it's not even a debate. Pickford is in goal for the Euros. Back four, this is where it's going to get interesting. So, at right back, I am putting a Kyle Walker. Now listen, you can choose the likes of Trent, you can choose Trippier, you can choose Joe Gomez if you really wanted, but England's best right back is Kyle Walker. It depends who we're facing, to be completely honest with you. Like, if we're facing a team where they're probably going to be parking the bus sitting back, you're probably going to maybe want to go for someone like a Trent who can cross the ball into a Harry Kane, who can whip those passes in for those wingers making the runs. But 90% of teams in the European competition, you're using Kyle Walker. No winger is going to outpace him, even Mbappe. Kyle Walker is England's best right back, and he should be started for Southgate's men. Centre backs is a weird one because we have got actually a lot of young, talented English centre backs coming through. You're looking at the likes of Branthwaite, you're looking at the likes of Gueye, you're looking at the likes of Quansah from Liverpool. 3 top young talents, and that doesn't even include some others. That being said, for me, England's best centre back partnership is John Stones and Harry Maguire. Firstly, John Stones is England's best centre-back, so he's just guaranteed to go in. And whenever Harry Maguire pulls on this shirt, he turns into Rio Ferdinand. And I know what people are thinking, oh my God, but Branthwaite's been better than him, but Gueye's been better than him. Listen, most centre-backs in world football's been better than the guy. But it doesn't matter. You need to choose the team who works for you. Every manager gets a different style of football out of every single player because different tactics work with different players. And Harry Maguire fits like a glove into Southgate's team, into his tactics, into his style, into his formation. Harry Maguire in an England shirt next to John Stones is more than capable of keeping out any attack in world football. Now, this is an interesting one. Going into left back, there is definitely options to do here. Now, I want to make this clear and flat out. England's best left back is Luke Shaw by a country mile. However, there's not even a guarantee that the guy's going to be fit. He's been injured for 90% of the season for Man United, and even going into the Euros, Southgate himself said it's going to be 50-50 whether he makes it or not. So, with that in mind, I want this to be clear. If Luke Shaw is fit, Luke Shaw starts. It's as simple as that. However, going into it, saying that Luke Shaw will not be fit, or at least for the first game, I am going to be moving Kieran Trippier to the left-hand side. He has everything. He can put a defensive shift in. He can go forward. He's lethal from set pieces, which could be massive when you've got some of the height in our 11, like the Harry Maguire. He's just an experienced, composed head in that back line, which when you start going up the pitch, you notice that there's a lot of younger, less experienced players. Someone like a Trippier could be massive. If you're sitting there with a back five of Pickford, Walker, Trippier, Maguire and Stones, it's obvious, but sometimes the most obvious things work. Now, the midfield three, oh my God, this is going to be interesting. Now, I'm trying to sit here and not seem as biased as possible, but it is so difficult to do so. What is my heart telling me and what is my head telling me? Oh! If you're going for the 4-3-3, which we're going to play, and you're going to play that attacking, free-flowing football that we're praying for to happen, you're putting Declan Rice in there, and you're putting Jude Bellingham, because Jude Bellingham's probably going to go on and win the Ballon d'Or if England win the Euros, because he is so good. Here's the question. Who do you put next to him? Because there is definitely options. I've heard a lot of people say put Trent in there for his passing ability. You can't do that. It takes so much away from Jude's game if you're playing a player like Trent. And Trent can't defend, so why put him in the middle where he's probably more open to attacks? Definitely a game for Trent, but in the centre of the park, it's not him. I'm going to be honest, I'm stuck between two players. One of them is Kobbie Mainoo. Now, here's my thing. Kobbie Mainoo is more than good enough to start for England. I know people start sitting there saying, oh, he's only played like 5 games. It's a weak excuse. It's a pathetic argument. The guy's played like every single game for Manchester United since he faced Everton in like October, November. He has literally more or less played the whole season. He has been one of the best midfielders in the league. He's been one of the best teenagers in world football. He only recently turned 19, by the way. The guy bossed the park on Wembley Stadium, going toe-to-toe with the likes of De Bruyne and Rodri. And let me tell you this, De Bruyne and Rodri did not look the best out of those three. Now, I'm going to be honest, I think Kobbie Mainoo will end up forcing his way into that England squad, but I don't reckon it's until like the 3rd group stage game, or maybe the round of 16. That being said, I'm going to say Conor Gallagher. If you give me a midfield three of Conor Gallagher, Jude Bellingham and Declan Rice, nobody is outrunning that. If someone gets tired, bring on a Kobbie Mainoo. If you need to get that ball into the box, bring in a Trent Alexander-Arnold. There is options there. And I do not care which way around you go for Conor Gallagher or Kobbie. I'm putting Conor in just for the little bit extra experience, but you could either choose either way. Right, the front three. This is going to mix some opinions. Now, flat out, striker, he's the captain, and if he's injured, we got no chance. Harry Kane, you're our number 9. Go score some goals, bring the football home. On the left-hand side, I am going to be going for Phil Foden. Now, I would play Foden in the centre, where he's normally played quite a lot for City this year, but I want Jude Bellingham as the number 10 with those legs behind him. So Phil Foden's got to go into the team because he's just absolutely fantastic. And Phil Foden will just cut inside, and he'll probably end up playing like a Cam, but drifting inside type of vibe. I think you play him next to Jude, it works brilliant. Play him behind Jude, no. Foden is on the left. Right hand side, I am not choosing Bukayo Saka. It is Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer has got to be in this team. The guy played for a really embarrassingly bad Chelsea side, and if it wasn't for Haaland scoring like 5 goals against, I don't even know who it was, he probably gets golden goal scorer. Palmer, for a kid his age, is fantastic. And I think he's one of the top 3 players in the league this season in terms of form and performance. And Cole Palmer has deserved this spot more than Bukayo Saka. It's not me saying Saka won't regain his place into the England squad as the tournament goes on, but for me starting out, Palmer has got to be in that team. Now obviously there will be some other big players coming off the bench, the likes of Watkins, who I do think deserves to go, Kobbie Mainoo and Trent, like I've mentioned already. Hopefully Luke Shaw is fit and he can play over Trippier, and there's Anthony Gordon, who I think is going to be actually a massive part of this tournament. You've heard it here first, remember the name, Anthony Gordon is going to play a massive role in this Euros. Lads, that's my team for the Euros. Let me know what you guys think down below. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I'll see you next time. Take care and peace.